my name is Katie Veenstra. I'm 15 years old and I've decided to get baptized today. I was born and raised into a Christian home with people who just love Jesus, and it's somewhere where I've learned and seen the love that God has to offer, not only me, but the people around me. Growing up, I was just a girl who loved life and just wanted to be myself in everything that I did. The first time I saw God and experienced the miracles He can do was when I was about 5 years old. I was at a water park one day after school with one of my best friends, and I had an accident where I slipped and fell and cut my leg open, and that resulted in Mom taking me to the ER. On the way to the ER, Mom pulled over to the side of the highway and she ended up fainting in the car. Me, at the time, I was in the back seat, kicking and screaming for her to wake up. And after what felt like forever, I remember sitting there feeling this overwhelming peace and this voice telling me that I was gonna be okay. And sure enough, that was God looking out for one of His children and telling her it was gonna be okay. And a few years later, around the age of 7, I accepted Jesus into my heart because I knew He was someone I wanted to build a deeper relationship with. Since then, it's just been building a relationship with Him every day. Church often felt like a chore for me. I was here all the time, it felt like. I was never really excited to go to church because every day after school I was here. Sundays I was at church from beginning to the very end. My parents work here, so this has always been a constant place. But in grade 7, when COVID hit, is when I really decided to make my faith my own. And that was when church really became a place where I wanted to be. With making my faith my own during COVID is really when I took the time to dive into scripture, read it, apply it to my life, pray, worship, and just surround myself with the love of Jesus. And then anytime I got the chance to come to church during COVID, even if it was just to help my dad with a job, I was so eager and so excited to come because I just wanted to be in this place and see how God was working through the staff in a different way. And ever since then, coming to church has just been so exciting. As this place where I call church, I also call another home, because that's what it feels like to me. Going into middle school is when things really started to get real, when my life really started to take shape. Going into grade 6 was a little tricky as I lost my great-grandpa that summer, and that was probably one of the hardest things I've had to deal with, as he was someone who was super, super important to me, and just carrying on in life without him felt weird and odd and not right. Holding on to what he always told me has helped me so much, which was he always told me when life got overwhelming, just pray, because He listens. Then going into high school, I had mixed emotions about it. I was excited, I was nervous, I was just feeling all the things. And in high school, I lost some people, met some new people, and overall, grade 9 was a year of change. But something in grade 9 that I will forever hold on to was my youth leader, Kara, as she mentored me that year. We walked through the book Crazy Love by Francis Chan, and that book completely changed my faith in the way I view the world. Not only did my relationship in God grow, but my relationship with Kara also grew. And that year was just a year where I had someone walk through the first year of high school with me, which was such a blessing. Now looking back, grade 9 was preparing me for what grade 10 had in store. These last few months for me of grade 10 have just not been what I expected or what I thought they would be. It's been a challenge. I've been left hurt. I've had to pick up pieces of a broken heart, and ultimately I've been just lost. And there have been nights where I've asked God, why me? Or is He really who He says He is? And for me, coming to the place where just finding His peace and His love again has really uplifted my spirits as I've moved forward. And the verse I held onto during that time was Psalm 23:4. Even though I walk through the darkest valley, I will fear no evil, for you are with me. Your rod and your staff, they comfort me. This verse is just such a big promise to me, as the promise isn't that you won't go through the darkest valley. It is that God is with you. His rod and staff comfort you, and that is the promise that on the hardest days, on the sleepless nights, God is there with you, and He's the one you need to hold on to. I've decided to get baptized today because I feel like it's the next step in my faith and something God is calling me to do, and I'm ready to pursue Him all the days of my life, and I know that this is just the start of an everlasting relationship with Him.